this is Tatum
and Sydney.
and welcome back to the Welcome Table. Today we are sitting with Niobe Duke. She is a graduate of UCI. She graduated in 2018 with a BA in economics. Among her many roles as a student leader on campus, she has served as a special assistant for financial affairs at UCI Center for Black Cultures, Resources, and Research, outreach student coordinator for UCI Student Outreach and Retention Center, and UCI's iRise student coordinator. She is currently the vice president of the Black Faculty and Staff Association at UCI and program coordinator for the UCI Center for Black Resources and Culture. How are you today?
I'm good. How are y'all? Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. We appreciate you so much. And before we get start in the interview, we wanted to do a show and tell.
And I'm going this week. So I brought a globe, right? Because I want to be able to travel when I'm older, when I get my career launched. So I have a whole bunch of globes. Like I used to have a bunch more when I was younger, but in my house now I have this like one solid marble globe and I love it. It's like super nice. I love it so much. It's like my dreams of traveling. So that's my item. Yeah. What did you bring for us today?
There were so many things I was like, I didn't know what to bring. So I brought just like my graduation pictures and my like diploma. So I had to like dig it up. I had to find it. And then just like some like graduation pictures, like from graduation and stuff. Yeah, like it was just for me, like I guess it's a memorable thing because of the fact that like, I've always wanted to just like graduate from college and I actually did it and it was a big day for me. So I'm happy to have those memories.
Yeah, it's a huge accomplishment, and just having like little pictures like that and little mementos is really important, as you like go into the career that you work so hard for. Yeah, and that brings us to our first question, actually. We wanted to know what brought you to UCI as an undergraduate.
Okay, yeah. So honestly, the reason I chose UCI, I attended iRise actually when I was a senior in high school. And I was like able to just meet all of the amazing like Black students and faculty and staff on campus already. And they honestly just won me over because I felt, like if I went to UCI, I had a community, I had people that would, look out for me and be there for me if I ever needed help or anything. So I really love that aspect of it. And honestly, like between like Ronald and Tammy and Crandallin, just being at all of those events, like they honestly won me over.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. And where did you grow up?
I'm from LA, so I'm originally from Inglewood. So literally like Irvine for me, I chose a school that was like away from home, but also close enough for where I could just drive back if I needed to, and I felt like Irvine like fit that need for me because I could just get on the freeway real quick. And if I want to, go back home, I could. But if I also want to be away from my family, I definitely, I have that as well. So I'm born and raised in England.
Okay, awesome. That's super cool. I was also born and raised in LA. I grew up in different parts of LA, like literally all over, like multiple cities, like Torrance, Carson, Hawthorne, and then San Pedro. San Pedro's the last stop. But yeah, all over. But,
yep, I grew up in Inglewood, but I went to school in like Torrance, and like Rolling Hills area. So
yeah, same, yeah.
Yep, it was like, okay, daytime, I was over here. Nighttime on the weekends, I was over here. So
yeah, that's super cool. Oh man, I can relate to you on that level, certainly, of like going out into a different environment. It's like, oh, not so many Black people, but hey, like here I
am. Like for me in my like all through like elementary and middle school, I was like the only Black student in my like grade. So yeah, that was definitely an experience.
Right. I know you have the same experience as well.
Yeah, I grew up in Orange County, but like that's literally how I felt too. I was like the only Black kid in like most of my classes until high school, but then it was like maybe like 2 or 3. So very different experience coming to UCI, but like still comparably like not that many Black students or not as many as there should be.
Right.
Yeah.
But hopefully that's changing
Right.
with time.
And then at UCI, right? So you chose UCI because it's close to home. You can drive super quick, but also if you want to spend some time alone, you could do that as well. You had so many roles on campus, as Tatum listed a few, but we want to know what was one of the more like memorable roles that you had or experiences that you have gained at UCI.
I would definitely probably say my role as like the iRise coordinator, because for me, I was able to, develop, like continue a program that I attended that actually was the reason why I chose UCI. And I was able just to see, those incoming freshmen, and then honestly, like see them throughout their for however many years at UCI, and then also see them till graduation. So literally, I felt like it was kind of like a proud like mom moment in a way. And so it was very, I loved it. Like honestly, like the day of, I was stressed and everything, but looking back upon it, I'm like, wow, those are fun times, because I was able to, meet the new incoming freshmen for Black students at UCI, and then just like seeing them like grow during their time here at UCI, and then also like graduating, it was great.
Yeah, I think you were my iRise coordinator. I think. I'm not sure, but
Sydney, what year?
I think because I graduated high school in 2017. So in 2017, I went to iRise as a senior in high school. And I remember I was debating between UCSB and UCI. And then I went to iRise, and iRise was also the event that won me over at UCI. So
yeah, I think I did yours. Yep. I remember that one.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yep.
Oh, we go way back.
I know, literally, like to me, I feel like I've known like so many students for so long, just because of the fact that like I did, iRise. And it's like I get to see them before they even, are a student at UCI, and then I get to see them as a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and then it's like at graduation, I cry at every graduation. And I'm the type of person, I don't like to cry, but every time I'll bawl at graduation.
Yeah, it's emotional, all these people that you have sort of like been responsible mentor in some sort of capacity, right? You see them graduation. So yeah.
How are you feeling about this coming year's graduation? I know with the pandemic, things have been different, because everything's been virtual. How is it, experiencing this monumental event online?
Honestly, for me, like even with last year's, like I was sad because it's like I felt like I couldn't, say goodbye to the students in the way that I normally, would say goodbye to them, which was during like Black grad. And it's like for me, I feel like I'm like never gonna see them again, because they're going off, whether if they're going to grad school or getting a job or whatever it is. And so for me, it's kind of like I'm so proud and happy that they're graduating, but I'm also sad because like I won't be able to actually see them, walk the stage and everything, give them a hug and stuff like that. So I'm happy, but I'm also sad at the same time.
Yeah, a little bit of both, for sure. I mean, I think that this graduation will have the opportunity to walk across the stage.
I think so.
But that's
kind of like up in the air.
Yeah, it's up in the air at the moment, but I definitely have like that same feeling of sorrow. I'm feeling like an opportunity lost, but obviously COVID, nothing can be helped, but it still is kind of sad. But yeah, I don't want to focus on the sad, so I'll change to the more positive roles in your life. So we want to know more about some lessons you're able to take away while you were in these roles, or just as an undergraduate at UCI.
Definitely, yeah. So I feel like for me, one of the biggest lessons that I just like learned at just being an under at UCI is definitely having a strong support system at UCI. Like for me and my friends, we literally formed a whole friend group our freshman year. And it was based upon the friends I like made at iRise and then also at orientation. And so we literally have been friends since freshman year of college, and we're still best friends to this day. We literally have been each other's like therapists. moms, dads, brother, sister, whatever, just any and everything. We literally talk to each other about everything, and we have been there through everything for each other, whether, the good times, the bad times, just it was a lot, just being in college. And so definitely having that support system, but like behind me really made me feel, safe and secure to be able to continue through UCI. And then also I would say definitely time management, because between juggling class, work, trying to have a social life,
it's a lot.
Was a lot. Going into college, I thought I was gonna be able, it would be fine because I was able to do this in high school, no problem.
Yeah.
College was a different thing. That first quarter knocked me off my butt. Like, it was definitely a whole 360. It was like, okay, I gotta figure out something that's gonna work for me. And definitely time management was a big thing. Like, I have literally a planner where I would literally just plan pretty much my whole entire day, because if I didn't have that, I was like, okay, I don't know where am I going. What am I doing now? Do I have class? Do I have work? Do I have time just to sit and rest? So definitely just having a time management and a schedule for me worked really well.
Yeah, I felt that thing that you said about high school being so much different, because I don't know how we survived taking 6 classes, doing extracurriculars, going home and doing homework. I could barely do 4 classes without a nap,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the switch is. I don't know if it's because we're getting older or the classes are more intense or both, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Agreed. I honestly don't understand how we made it going to class from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Because in college, when I was yeah, I can do an 8 a.m., finish class at 7.
Couldn't be me.
It did not work. I said, oh, no. We are going to schedule class starting at 9, and we're going to try to end by 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we got to have a break in there somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely feel that. It's just such a switch. I think about that more often than I like to admit. Just how I was able to go from 8 to 3 and then do extracurriculars. I end up home at 7, 8 to 7. I'm what? What was I on? I don't know. I really don't know in high school.
Yeah. It was cafeteria food that really had us on something.
On something different.
They put something in that food.
It was the food, it kept you going, but then also, at least for me, once I ate lunch, I was like, I think it's time for a nap.
Yeah.
School over, because I'm going down.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, well, that leads us, kind of non-linearly leads us to our next question. When you graduated college and you went into your role at the Center for Black Resources and Culture, how did that come about for you? Did you reach out to them? Did they reach out to you? How did that happen?
So the role that I'm in now, the crazy thing is, at the time, I wasn't even thinking about applying for the position, because I worked as a student staff at the center when it first opened. And that was my last year. So I honestly was just trying to I wanted to work for the center, because, the first time we ever had a Black Resource Center on campus, I was yeah, of course, let me work, because I do stuff for Black students anyway. Why not work for the center? But also in my mind, I was I'm graduating. I'm not trying to do a lot, but surprisingly, I ended up doing a lot my last year. And so when our first program coordinator left, after fall quarter, I ended up taking on her role just as a student, though. And literally everybody, all my friends and stuff, were Niobe, why don't you apply to be the program coordinator as a full-time position? And I was huh? It was nowhere near my mind whatsoever. My last year of college, I was just trying to get out. I literally kept telling everybody, I said, you ain't gonna see me after this year. I'm not coming back. No, I'm out. And everybody was they're just apply. You already do the work. Why don't you apply for it? And I was I was skeptical and I was like, I don't know. But then I ended up, I talked to Arisa and I told him I was like thinking about applying and he encouraged me. He was like, you should. He was like, you do the work already. And he was like, you're great at it. So why not apply? And so I literally applied for the position, which honestly was stressful for me doing that whole hiring process. I was stressed. But it was definitely an experience. And, back, I think in, what was it, like around September of 2018, I got a call and I was like, hey, do you want the position? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like I honestly did not think I would get it. But we're here now. So yeah, it was something I didn't even think about doing and we're here now.
It's funny how that works. You never know where you're going to go, but you're great at what you do. And it seems like it was a, divine timing kind of situation. You just graduated, you're already doing the work and here you are. So
That's cool.
Yeah. So what are some words of advice you could give those who may unexpectedly find themselves in like a position like that, working for a university staff or university faculty? Yeah, what are some things that you could advise?
Definitely like don't try to stop what you're already good at. Because I guess for me, like when I was going into college, I was like, I'm trying to be incognito, I'm not trying to doing a lot of stuff. I'll, come to this event and that. I wasn't trying to really, excuse me, be out there like that. But in reality, that didn't happen. So honestly, it's just believe in yourself and like don't block your blessings. Like if you're good at something and people see that you have certain skills and leadership or whatever it is, definitely go for it and believe in yourself that you can do that, because that might be your calling and that might lead you to your career that you never thought you would have went into.
Right. Those are good words of advice, like because Tatum and I are also we're graduating, and so we're trying to look for where we're gonna go next in life. So there's just a lot of changes going on. So yeah, definitely we'll take that into account. With the CBCRR, I know, knowing from experience, right? It's a center for Black culture, and everyone's always in there, always crowded, always eating, watching TV. It is a center for culture. It truly is. So I'm curious how the center has adapted during the pandemic. What are some of the things that you guys are still trying to promote, events, or how do you guys maintain that sense of community due to COVID?
Yeah. So from like when we first went, remote last spring quarter, we were all just trying to figure out, okay, what is this going to look like? What are we going to do? Like we're kind of like scrambling a little bit, I feel, but we're also just trying to make sure like our students and the student staff were kind of having a, good transition to remote learning. So we weren't trying to really do as many programs. We still wanted to, we had programs already set, but we were like, okay, how is this going to look, virtual? And so we were just trying to, get the ins and outs of how everything would work. And so going into fall quarter, we literally wanted to focus on just reaching out to all of the Black students. And so we did like we literally called all the students on like, because we have a list of all the students. So we called them, to just let them know, like, we're still here. The center is still, open technically for y'all. Like we still have office hours and all the different services we provide for y'all. And like, if you ever, have any questions or anything, or just, want to chat with us or anything, feel free to reach out. And so we did like a few programs, like we did, Fall Harvest virtual, where we invited all the different organizations and stuff and had people come in and talk. And then we did like, we still had like our signature programs, like Sister Circle, the Men's Circle, and Space. And then we had a few, extra programs here and there, but we weren't trying to focus like too much on programming because we just wanted to like reach out to all of the students and just kind of, check in with them to see how they're doing. And then in winter quarter, that's when, we started trying to do more programming. And so we had like our Black History Month programs. We also collaborated with like the Latinx Research Center, also the Study Abroad Center. And then we just focused really on like Black History Month in winter. And then this quarter, we're doing like more programming and just trying to check in and see where also the like Black graduates are, trying to figure out what we're doing for them, like if we're going to do a virtual Black graduation or not, and like provide them and get them their stoles and stuff like that as well. So we're trying to, like, this quarter literally is just, wrapping up, making sure, everybody is set to go for the next year, like for summer and everything. And then also just trying to say like goodbye to all of the graduates.
Yeah. And would you say that that kind of plays to the goal and intent of the center itself, just trying to check in with Black students and creating a sense of community? Like, in your view, in your role, like what would you say the goal and intent of the center is?
I would say the goal and intent is literally to create like a home away from home for Black students, because literally the center was birthed out of the fact that Black students on campus saw a need, that students needed a place just to feel safe and to feel themselves, to be themselves. And so we just want to create like that home away from home. Even if we are virtual, we're still here for y'all. If you ever do like need anything or just want to just talk about whatever it is, like our like doors are always open for y'all to come in and talk to us. So it's definitely, I would say, it's just to create a home away from home for everyone.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that about the CBCRR. Like, not many people, well, not many non-Black people know like where it's at, where it's located. Like, I'm texting people on campus. I'm like, oh, I'm at the CBCRR. Where? Okay. So I really do think that the mission and everything like that is so important. So I'm glad we're doing this welcome table episodes so that people can be more informed, Black or non-Black, about the center, what you guys do, and things of that nature. So thank you.
Definitely.
So your other role as president of UCI's Black Faculty and Staff Association, can you tell us a little bit about that, about the association and the role that you play?
Yeah, so I am vice president for BFSA. And so literally this year, we're really trying to focus on, bringing all of the Black faculty and staff together, because a lot of people, like just a lot of faculty and staff don't know each other on campus, because it's not a lot of us on campus already. So we're really just trying to have, these meetings and events where everybody can just come and just meet each other. Since we are virtual, it's kind of, easier where versus if we're on campus, like, people might not be able to leave their office at that time. But, virtually just log in real quick if you're, driving to the grocery store, whatever it is. And so that is the biggest thing we're focusing on this year, is just trying to, bring everyone together just to meet everyone. It's like if you ever, have, say, like an issue or like a question, you can collaborate and reach out to this person because someone who works over in that department or center. So that is the biggest thing for us. And like our president, Kevin, he's like big picture. So he's trying to do, these like big events and everything, bring speakers in and have like, nice events and stuff. So it's literally just trying to bring the like faculty and staff together, because a lot of times the faculty side and like staff side don't really get to actually work together and communicate with each other. And so we're trying to make that bridge tighter and stronger with each other. So we're really focusing on that.
Yeah, that's incredibly important, especially right now, and hopefully that can continue on in the future. It sounds like it will, so that's awesome. And we wanted to know more about you as well. And we wanted to ask, in the future, do you have any like personal or professional goals that you would feel comfortable sharing?
Yeah, sure. So right now I'm trying to, figure out grad school life. So I'm trying to figure out, what program I actually want to apply for and everything. Because I had said like when I was about to graduate for undergrad, I was like, I didn't want to go straight into grad school because I was tired of doing school. I was like, I want to work and then I'm gonna go back. And so now, since I've, been in this role for like 3 years now, I want to start, figuring out, okay, what actual grad program I want to, attend. Because ideally, I wanted to complete like get my master's by like when I'm 30. So I got like 3 more years. So, I got to get on it. I guess more personal, just trying. I just want to go travel more. Like COVID literally canceled all of my plans.
Yeah.
Like, I had probably about like 3 to 4 trips planned for summer of 2020 that just got canceled. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, when can I actually go and plan these again? Because when I can, I'm out. Like, you won't see me all summer.
I know, no same. Like, seriously, like, oh, gosh, I'm so excited for everything to just try to get back to normal. Don't know when that's going to be, but crossing the fingers that it will be soon.
Yeah.
So.
I'm like, I want to enjoy my birthday like normal again. Oh, it's not until December, but like whenever I like for my birthdays, every year like I have some type of like big dinner with like my family and friends, and then I also have like something with just like my friends. But because of COVID, couldn't really do anything, so I'm excited to like celebrate my birthday in the normal way that we usually do again. So I'm ready for that.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. And I'm curious, where is your dream place to visit? If you could just visit like one place, or it's like that would be your one and done.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
I only get one.
One-way ticket too.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
So many.
5. You get 5.
I was like, I get 5? Okay. Like, if I can get 5, I can do this. So Africa, I don't necessarily have like, specific, just I want to go there. And then also Paris. I want to go to Milan. I also want to go to let's see. I want to go to Tokyo.
Nice.
Tokyo. Oh my gosh.
And probably like Greece, something like that. Probably like Greece. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Those places are wonderful. You know what? We should all share our 5. You want to share 5?
I don't know if I can think of
Okay, I'll think. I can try to think of 5. I think mine are similar to yours, Niobe. I think I would say like Europe, Italy is where I really want to go. Like the food, the music, I just can't. I love art, very artsy person, so I just visiting the museums all over Europe would be amazing for me. And then Africa, I would want to go to Ethiopia because that's where my like family ancestry is. So I would really want to visit that over there. And then Asia as well, but I don't know where exactly. I know like I love Asian cuisine, like the AAPI community, like they create so much good food. So I would definitely love to visit Asia at some point too. That's only 3, but
yeah, 2 more.
2 more.
Okay, I'll take over the last 2. Okay. I agree with all of Sydney's. So I'd probably add Ireland and my finger. Ireland, and then also Ireland.
Ireland?
Yeah.
Why Ireland?
I don't know. It's green.
Well, it's
cool.
pretty. It has nice
pretty.
pastures for sure.
I love the accents.
Yes, the accents.
Yeah.
I feel like they'd have good food there. And then I don't know, maybe England.
England.
That'd be cool.
England, yeah. Europe. Has a lot of nice places.
We're going to Europe. Bottom line. But yeah.
Like I wanted to go to England ever since I saw Bratz, the rock star movie.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Oh my goodness.
Ever since I was like, yep, I'm going. That's gonna be me. That's what I'm doing.
That's so funny. Well, thank you for talking to us, Natalie. This is really fun.
No problem. Yes, no problem. Thank you for reaching out to me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. We're excited to have our audience watch this one and learn more about the center and what you do. We just really appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem. Like if students, people ever want to know what the center's doing, I always tell them, definitely look at our website And then also to follow us on like our social media. So like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Those are literally like the best places to ever like find out what we're doing, whether if it's like programs, events, or whatever it is.
Thank you guys for joining us for this episode of The Welcome Table. This has been Sydney
and Tatum.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.